Thank you, Senator Blackburn, and we can make available to you, Ms. Davis, all of the information about how easily and readily we put this profile of a 13-year-old young woman on and the reactions on eating disorders. I'm sure you already have the findings and evidence that supports our conclusions. Senator Lummis is on remotely.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Like many members of this committee, I'm alarmed by the revelations of the Wall Street Journal article demonstrating the disturbing conclusions of Facebook's own research. Conclusions which merit repeating. Just under 1 in 3 teen girls reported the Instagram app made them feel worse about their body image. Another significant portion of users also reported increased feelings of anxiety, suicidal thoughts, depression, and eating disorders as a result of the app's use. Unfortunately, this research did nothing more than confirm many of our earlier intuitions and suspicions. Social media can be dangerous to your mental health. I look forward to more studies on the impact of social media on mental health. However, I'm concerned by the consistent lack of transparency from Facebook. The fact is that this committee would not be here without the brave whistleblower who stepped forward to shed light on this issue, an issue that many of us had previously sought answers to before and that we now seek answers to today. We must remember that despite apps that purport to be free for us to use, there's a very real cost, one that often comes at the price of our youth's mental health. I was fortunate to grow up without the pressures of social media, but for the first time, today's generation of children struggle with how to grow up managing a virtual version of themselves, all while the billion-dollar industries compete for their time, information, money, and attention. So I firmly believe that more must be done. I recently signed on to a bill that would update the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act by placing strict restrictions on behavioral advertising directed at children. So my question for you, Ms. Davis, has Facebook conducted research into how children are more easily manipulated by highly personalized advertising?
I would not be familiar with that research. What I can tell you is that we have very limited advertising to young people. You can only actually now target a young person based on their gender, age, or location. For Messenger Kids, our app for under 13, we actually don't allow ads at all. And I think we would want to know how we can safely provide an experience for young people on our apps in relation to advertising, and that's why we have our rules in place.
Has Facebook withheld any other relevant information relating to its services' impact on mental health? Here's why I ask. When asked during a congressional hearing in March of earlier this year about the impact of social media on children's mental health, Mr. Zuckerberg responded, and I quote, "The research that we've seen is that using social apps to connect with other people can have positive mental health benefits. That's only one side of the coin." This answer clearly only told part of the story. These documents reveal Facebook knew that. How can Congress or Facebook users have confidence in the credibility and safety of Facebook moving forward? And is Facebook withholding information about studies they've done on negative mental health consequences?
Thank you for your question, Senator. Actually, I would say that the one-sided and misleading reports actually were in the Wall Street Journal, which didn't provide the full context. In fact, the research showed that more people, actually more teens, found the Instagram use helpful when they were struggling with these particular issues. Our research is not bombshell research. It's research that is correlates to similar research out of Harvard, out of Pew, out of Berkeley. That doesn't mean we don't take it seriously. We do this research to improve our product, to make our product better for young people, to provide them with a positive experience. Right now, young people tell us, 8 out of 10 tell us that they have a neutral positive experience on our app. We want that to be 10 out of 10. If there's someone struggling on our platforms, we want to build product changes to improve their experience and help support them.
So do you have information that from the 2 out of 10 who have not had neutral or positive experiences, so you know how to adapt the presentation of your product to consider the fact that some children seem harmed or negatively impacted by what they're seeing?
Thank you, Senator. I really, really appreciate that thoughtful question. Actually, some of the research that we did was to actually find out from those teens what they thought could be particularly helpful to them. And one of the things that they identified is inspiring content, or content that talks about people overcoming these particular issues, uplifting content. And so we are actually looking at some product changes to find ways to nudge that content to individuals who are struggling.
Thank you, Ms. Davis. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Thank you, Senator.